to put a charge on the balloon, you're rubbing it. But as you are rubbing it, you're not taking charges from you and putting it on the balloon. It's not like Amalia's hair had charges on it that were getting put onto the balloon. But what's happening is that you are moving the charges. And so let's pretend like the bottom got positively charged and the top was negatively charged. Okay, flip the balloon over and you've got the opposite thing going on, but okay, fine. Now underneath it you've got little pieces of paper. And the paper, to start out with, does not have a charge. Let me do the last one. But when I start to bring the balloon down to the paper, the charge on the balloon affects the paper. This positive charge on the balloon now is going to draw negative charges up onto that side of the piece of paper. And it's going to push positive charges down. As it does that, now this piece of paper gets attracted to the balloon. So I can slide it up there. It's attracted to the balloon. Sometimes, if I bring the balloon close to one piece of paper, what's going to happen is that this piece of paper is going to feel the charge on top of itself. And so all the charges now go on top. What happens to the bottom of it? All the positives got pushed underneath now. And so that sheet of paper has negatives on top, positives on the bottom. This piece of paper, if I take the balloon away, let's say I moved it away, this piece of paper affects all the other pieces of paper around it. This negative now will draw positives, positives. And underneath these will go the negatives. And now these positives will induce negatives on top. Okay, so now what I want you to kind of picture is that the pieces of paper, as soon as you bring a charged balloon down by the pieces of paper, they're taking charges. Right away they're taking positive and negative charges, even if I move the balloon away. But now once I move the balloon back, these negative ones, they'll go right up and stick flat onto the balloon. Let's get this out of there. Okay. But what will happen to the positive ones? They now have to flip. And so, as you were noticing, hopefully, some of those sheets of paper, before they would stick up to the balloon, had to flip themselves around. And then they would stick. Also, sometimes a piece of paper took its place. And so the positives can also be attracted up to the negative side. And some of you got chains of these papers stuck together. This is called induction. And this is any time you get a charge from a distance. At a distance. Anytime you get a charge placed on an object from a distance, and that is due to the attraction and the repulsion of charges.